I wanted to comment on a video I saw from the Love Police. They were in London and they were using a megaphone, and the police came up to them and they said they were on private property, and they moved from this building area over into the main square, and then the police came up to them again and told them they were on private property. And they said, well, it sure doesn't look like private property to me. There's all these people walking around, you know. But it reminded me of thinking about Red Square. And I said several years ago, I'm not the only one who said it, but during World War II, it wasn't just Germany and Italy and Japan that were fascist. It was actually all the countries of the world were fascist. Russia and the United States. Um, we had just come out of a depression, and the depression was caused by the bankers, just like it's being caused by the bankers now. And to go back to thinking about Red Square, it's really what fascism is all about. It's where you have everything is kind of public, private. It's owned by the government, kind of like all of London is part of the monarchy, part of the whole state, part of the state. So you're walking down London Street and they tell you, oh, you can't film here. Oh, you can't stand here. Oh, you can't talk here. You can't. Oh, he even had a sign that didn't say anything on it. It wasn't even. It said everything is fine. The sign said something like everything is fine. And they said, oh, will I be arrested for having a sign? And they said, yes, you will. You'll be arrested for having a sign that says everything is fine, just because they had to wheel their weight around. And that's what I'd like to say to Republicans too. I mean, you talk about liberal this, liberal that. We don't have any liberal. I'm about the only liberal person I know anymore. I mean, I'm for you going to the beach and having parties on the beach if you want to. That's your business. That beach shouldn't be a private beach, and it shouldn't be. You shouldn't have to pay for parking and everything else to go to a beach if you want. Um, I can see putting up signs like "Do not litter" and stuff like that. Where I lived out in the country, we had a park there and put up a "Do not litter" sign. But just to have police go by and shake down people, for having a little party or whatever, that's throw people in jail because they had a party in our park or something. That's ridiculous. You say, well, we got little kids. Well, here you're talking about being responsible parents, but you're talking on both sides of your face. If you're responsible parents, you should be in control of your own kids. You shouldn't expect the state to, you know, um, protect your kids in every facet of life. Just like all this terrorism stuff. They said the local police also were saying we uh, Al Qaeda, terrorism, Al Qaeda, and it is all you hear all the time. Al Qaeda this, terrorism that, and then come to find out, the CIA created Al Qaeda, and but people, it's like they just they don't even if they hear the truth and they know it's the truth, they just kind of, well, there's nothing I can do about it. Well, the only thing you can really do about it is just try to tell other people. And, I've about given up on YouTube because they've gotten just the, about police or, you need a permit for this or, you know, uh, you can't speak your mind on this. Uh, your ideas don't match my ideas. Um, Stuff like that. Oh, you can't. You're not smart enough to know certain things, and yet they don't know anything about history. They don't know anything about banking themselves. They haven't studied the Rothschilds. They don't realize that the Rothschilds do have central banks in almost every single country. They control the banking, and they control it through monarchies. And just like Obama is, he should be, you talk about like the strongest world uh, leader, but actually he he does have controllers. His corporate Pentagon, CIA, and the CIA is connected directly to the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds have like M15, M16. They're that's like another branch, just like the Pakistani Secret Service. That's just another branch of the Rothschilds secret police, and they have all kinds. They'll use all kinds of police, and the same cameras you see in London are the same cameras that are over here all over the place. It's just to let you know that they are in control over you and your money, and if they want to put it into derivatives and take it all away, just like that kid did with penny stocks. He got put money in and then took it all out. Well, they do that on a grand scale. That's all they do is just put money. Like they're even announcing that they're going to put money into the stock market, trillion or up to 4 trillion into the stock market, which causes inflation. And then they say it causes inflation too. They say, well, we'll cause inflation and that will reduce the debt. It's insane. That's not going to reduce the debt. What's going to reduce the debt is having the money that actually the workers work for being spread around. When they get real money for real work, then it gets back into the economy and it does good. But when you get all your money and it just goes into these people at the very top, the money just sits there and it doesn't go back into the economy. And that's why we have a very sick economy, because all the money is being siphoned off to the very top, and so it's not getting spread around. So, and I tell people, if you don't believe me about the Rothschilds and fascism, I would just read more and more about them, because they really do have, they developed not only the banking, modern day banking system, but the modern day stock market and the modern day newspapers. Like they own Reuters and they own AP. You can check that out too. And so, in the stock market, they got lawyers. That's the main thing the Rothschilds do now, is have lawyers in the stock market. So, and they were right across from in a hotel in New York City on 9/11 to watch the whole thing. And there were already people in emergency um, people there the night before 9/11. They were already set up the night before 9/11. So it was all a big uh, smut film for us, a 3,000 people smut film to make another Pearl Harbor to scare people. And so we've been hearing about this smut 10 years now, and the whole economy. Well, Obama should have turned everything around. Well, yeah, like he should have got some things more done, but we have got a very very uh, bad situation, militaristic. Like if you spent half your money on um, protecting your house, you wouldn't have money for anything else. And that's what our government's doing. They're spending half of everything on security, and so they don't have money for anything else. And it's pathetic. It really is. And so, anyway,